Morning children. Today we are going to start with a new chapter of science, lesson 6, changes all around us. Now children, you have seen so many changes taking place in our everyday life, like day and night, seasons, growing of plants, rusting of iron, child becoming an adult, and many more changes. All these changes are taking place on their own, so we call them natural changes. Now let us talk about some changes that are brought by man. So we call them man-made changes or artificial changes. As you can see, cooking, burning paper, tearing paper, cutting fruits and vegetables, and many more. All these are man-made changes. Now children, when there is a change, what all effects are there? So how can we find out that there is a change? So when there is a change in the shape. Can you see the sponge? When I am pressing it, the shape of the sponge is changing, or there is a change in the size. When I sharpen this pencil, the size of this pencil will change. When I burn this candle, you will see that there is a change in the shape, there is a change in the size, and there is a change in the state also, because here the solid wax is changing to liquid wax. It is melting. Now children, when there is a change in the state. As discussed with the candle, here I have taken ice cubes. After some time we will observe that they will change into water. Also children, when there is a change, sometimes a new substance is also formed, like this is curd. And how do we make curd? We use milk to make curd. So children, let's discuss how a change can be caused, or how we can bring about a change. So the first one is heating. So when we heat or when we use heat, we can bring about a change. Like I take this paper and I burn it. Can you see there's a change? The paper is burning and it will change back to ashes. A new substance is formed. Even there is smoke, right? Then children, when we are heating, we even use these utensils, right? They get heated up and that makes easy for us to cook our food. Then the next is mixing. When we mix one or two things, again there is a change. Like you can see over here, I have taken water. This is plain water. It is tasteless. It is colorless. Now let us see what change will be there if I add a little bit of tang in it. Can you see the change? There's a change in the color and even the taste has also changed. We can try this with another drink, like I'm taking here Ruah Afza and I'm going to mix it. So you can see that there is a change in the color also, right? Then even we can change the physical state of the substances. You can see these grains, and when they are being grinded, they are being changed into their flour. Here what have we used? Here we have used force. We have applied force over here. Children, one more thing, that when there is a change, we can even change the position of an object. Can you see this car? I can push it, I can pull it. So I am causing a change in the position of this car. Okay children, now there are so many changes that we have seen. No change is new to you. Now children, we are going to divide them into two categories. They are reversible change and irreversible change. So reversible changes are those changes in which we can get back the substance. Like I take this paper and I fold it. Now if I want to get the original paper back, I can unfold it, right? So it is a reversible change. What do you say about this Tang and this Ruah Afza? Can you get this plain water again? No, you cannot get it back again. So I will put them in the category of irreversible change. Now children, here you can see these grains. These grains are grinded into their flour. Can you get back these grains from the flour? Yes, is it possible? No, we cannot get them back. So again, we will put this in the category of irreversible changes. This ice, can you see this ice? It has started melting. It is changing back into water. Can you get back ice again? Yes, you can get it back again by freezing it. So this ice, melting of ice can be termed as a reversible change because you can get back this ice again. Now this is curd. We get curd from milk. Can you get milk back from this curd? No, you cannot get back. So curdling of milk is an irreversible change. Right? Now this candle is burning. Can you reverse it? Can you get the original candle back? No, you cannot get it back. So it is again an irreversible change. You can see the matchstick over here. Can you change it? Can you get a new unburnt matchstick back again? No, you cannot get it. So again, this is an irreversible change. You can see the ashes of the paper that we burnt. Can we get it back? No. So again, it is an irreversible change. Now, this rubber band, I can stretch it and I can change the shape of this rubber band. But when I leave it, what is happening? It is back to its original state. So, stretching of rubber band will also come in the category of reversible change. Now children, what can heating do? When we are heating objects, what can heating do? Heating has 4 effects. Number 1, we use utensils, right? These utensils take up the heat, they become hot and we are able to cook our food. And nothing happens, they simply become hot. Secondly, what can happen? Secondly, the substance will get heated up and a new substance will be formed, right? It will catch the fire and it will change into ashes, which is a new substance. Sometimes by heating, like here, this ice is taking the heat from the atmosphere right now. So it is changing its state. So heating can also cause a change in the state. One more effect of heating is that substances expand on heating. So if I take a metal rod and I heat it, but here you cannot see the expansion because it needs a strong heat. But if I heat it, if I supply it heat for a long time, the object will expand. It will become bigger in size. So heating causes change in size of an object. All the metals, they expand on heating. That is why the goldsmith, they are able to make so many jewelry, so many designs because of this property of gold and silver, that they can expand, they can increase their size when they are heated, and when they are cooled, they contract, they become smaller in size. I hope children, you have understood this much. God bless you all. Thank you.